After beheading Medusa, while Sal was busy collecting her blue blood to cure Griffin's child, he thought that in a previous life, he had processed a sword talent that might have S rank or higher. But the matriarch used some magic to strip him of that talent and gave it to Alan. After that thought, he laughed wholeheartedly, seeing how the situation had now turned around since he was reborn. Seeing Sal laughing like a maniac, Griffin ponders, what's going on with this kid? With an evil smile and bloody eyes, Sal thinks, things are getting more and more interesting, whether it's Alan or the family. All of you, just wait. Seeing this, Griffin decides to escape, thinking Sal might get crazy because of how he is reacting. As he was quietly slipping away, Sal calls the Griffin to come here, giving shivers to Griffin. Griffin turns around, behaving like a servant, and responds, "You! No, my lord, why did you call me?" In his mind, he couldn't believe that he was an S-rank monster, calling a child his master. Sal asks, "Is your head made of metal?" His question leaves Griffin puzzled, thinking why he is asking that. The Griffin comes out, blasting through the wall of the secret realm. After landing on the ground with bruises on his head, he ponders. This brat, he was making use of me to destroy the secret realm right from the start. He thinks of letting him go for now, since he agreed to treat his offspring. After a few moments, the Griffin started the ceremony and blessed Sal Cooper with a body that would not be injured, no matter how much you attacked it. As he completed his sentence, Sal, with golden energy surrounding him, felt that his body grew stronger and all the minor injuries were healed. Sal, while looking at his hands, thinks, this is good. Reducing my body's injuries means I won't need to constantly transfer my injuries to Alan anymore, which could make the matriarch suspicious. Furthermore, I must hide my S-rank sword talent for now, or I will be inviting unwanted trouble. After thinking about personal matters, he tells Griffin to give this blue blood of Medusa to his offspring, and its wings will be healed. Without wasting more time, the baby Griffin drinks the blood. Only after a few moments his wings were healed, and he was happily flying, leaving the Griffin in awe. Looking at the baby Griffin, Sal reacts sarcastically and says, it only knows how to fly now, but if it doesn't accept a master before it comes of age, it will just be a stupid bird in the end. Griffin interrupts him and asks, what do you mean? Sal, while showing the intent to leave, says, nothing, I'm just giving you kind-hearted advice as a stranger. After all, you also became strong only after you accepted a master, right, Tilda? Griffin, with a serious expression, thinks, he's right. If my master hadn't fed me human brains daily, I wouldn't have awakened my intelligence and become even stronger. But my master had already died for 100 years. Where am I going to find another powerful and ruthless person like him? He suddenly got an idea. The Griffin says, Sal Cooper, please accept my child as your pet monster. Elaborating on his idea of why he only asked Sal, he mentions that Sal possesses incredible intelligence and skills beyond anyone in his age. He might even exceed Bled in the future. Sal was smiling, thinking the fish had taken the bait. He turns around to Griffin and says, all right, I can accept it as my pet monster, but you have to make a deal with me. Griffin asks regarding his deal. Sal says, I want all the information you have regarding Bled Cooper, as well as the precious key that could unlock the place where the Cooper family worships the sword spirit Bled. At the Cooper family's castle, the matriarch of the Cooper family shouts and says, you can't find the cause? With a fierce look, she says, are you telling me that the young master's constant fainting happens out of thin air? How long will this situation last? The butler calms her down and replies, don't worry, madam. The young master has the protection of the Shadow Oath and has always woken up very quickly. After all, you have those little shadows helping the young master to take his injuries in his place and supply him with strength. The matriarch suspiciously thinks that, although the butler told the truth, this whole situation is too strange. It seems like Alan has become like this since the day of the Shadow Oath ceremony. Butler, in a calm voice, says that there is another urgent matter she has to take off. He continued and said, Sal Cooper obtained first place as expected in the competence test. It's just that. It's just what? Matriarch angrily asked. Butler mentioned. It's just that Sal Cooper used the griffin to kill Uncle and Nephew Walker, and even tame the griffin's offspring as his pet monster. The matriarch in panic. She spills the tea she was drinking. With her shaking hands, she asks, Where is he now? The butler replies that he is right outside the door. I will call him immediately. The matriarch stands up and goes to see Sal. Sal enters the room and calmly asks, What I can do for you, madam? The matriarch asks why he killed the walkers. Why? Sal replies. With a wicked face, he says, I did it all for the family. A shadow training officer like him was killed by a 3-year-old child. He is too useless, and our family doesn't need him. Don't you agree, madam? Enjoying the journey so far? Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to keep the adventure going.